sign for Mary. Good afternoon. Welcome to everyone. We are so thankful to be here for our meeting this afternoon. My name is Brad Green. I'm the chairman of the board of the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra. And we are very pleased that you've come today to usher in a new era with the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra. Beginning in the 2012-2013 season, be sure 2012-2013 season, we are pleased to introduce to you our new music director, David Cho. So fast I didn't get to say, and his lovely wife, Gloria. We are so glad you guys are here, glad that you made it, that the weather didn't get you to Dallas and all that wonderful stuff, so we're glad you're here. Just quickly, I'll talk about the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra. We are in a wonderful place in time with the Symphony Orchestra. Things are just going great. So many orchestras are in trouble in this country financially. We are in great financial position. We just had wonderful things going on. And all of that is because of all of you here in this room, the musicians, the patrons, the board members, the media, our sponsors, everyone who has put their hearts, souls, and their pocketbook into this symphony has made it the success it is now. So it's just a great place to be, and I'm glad that I've been a small part of this, and so looking forward to where we're going into the future. Now, we wanted to maintain all this momentum, so we created a committee to start a process of thinking about just long-term succession planning. And as part of that process, then we started talking about conductors and what should a symphony of our size be doing to think about where will it go the next conducting stage. And we always have a next stage coming. So when do you get ready for that? So we worked on that process. And this is a result of that process, and Neil is going to tell you about it in just a minute. But it was really important for us to keep that ball rolling, the things that are going great on in this symphony, and that's where this is really coming out. So with that, I want to let Neil Kurtzman, who's the chair of the committee that has brought this about, get up and tell you just a little bit about that process in more detail. Neil?
Thanks, Brad. First, I'd just like to introduce the members of the committee that consists of equal parts of board members and musicians. And the members of the board were Brad Green, my girlfriend, Pete Dye, who's sitting up front here, Bill Ballinger, School of Music, and myself. The musicians are Wendy Morton, Wendy, I got it.
She has the rehearsal.
Alan Shin, who's sitting right here, Jim Decker, and of course, our CEO, Mary Saathoff, is on the committee. The purpose of this committee was formed long before we knew we'd have an opening. And we decided that the way we would proceed would be, rather than wait for the position of music director to be open, that we would start planning for the next music director. And we didn't know when that would be, but we'd look at musicians we were familiar with, musicians who were the guest conductors, and we would try to have a selection in place well before the actual vacancy occurred. And fortunately for us, we were able to do that. And our first choice, unanimous choice, was Maestro Cho. And we were delighted that he accepted our offer. And we're also delighted that the plan actually worked the way it was supposed to. This was a long shot when we started. But anyway, it did, and we're delighted the way things started out. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Neil. I saw that our other planning committee member, Wendy Morton, is here, so she'll be coming in momentarily. Musicians work around the clock. They don't just work for us on our time. Our musicians serve orchestras throughout the area, and we're so pleased to have them. I want to take this time to recognize some very special guests that we have. We have our city manager, Leanne Dunbald here. We're so happy to have her. I'm forgetting what you're hearing because, you know, in symphonies we're used to keeping things quiet. Their live shot is the weather, so they're doing the weather there. And, well, I mean, you know, we're getting on the news, that's the good part. So we're so happy to have Leanne with us. We're also happy to have Will Burks, new Fine Arts Director of LISD. He's about ready to finish his first year. So we're very happy to have all of our distinguished guests with us. The very exciting part about this day is just how smooth this transition will take place in a year when Tomasz Golka finishes in May of 2012. That we as a small symphony already have someone named so that we can spend an entire year, and he will get paid for the time that he works, planning next season. And our own Tomasz Golka is going to visit us by Skype very soon so that he can send his own congratulations about our selection. He is very pleased with this. He is excited to be part of a symphony that is proactive and working toward the future. So, are the electronics ready to go? All right. Lights, please.
Hello. First of all, let me say hi to everybody. I'm sorry that I can't be there to congratulate David in person, but I guess you'll have to accept my congratulations from afar. And I just wanted to say, first of all, that I'm delighted at the fact that the symphony will be in such good hands. And I know that it'll be a wonderful, wonderful marriage between David and the musicians of the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra, as well as the audience, and of course the administration and the board. And let me also congratulate the search committee and everybody involved in the process. That this really unheard of thing of having a music director designate without a search year and so far in advance, which is so wonderful and very much in sync with all of the wonderful organizational phenomenons that Mary and her staff has been able to pull off in the past few years. So congratulations to everybody, and hello to everybody.
Thank you, Tomasz. And now it's my distinct pleasure, if we can get the lights back on and cut our video feed. To let us focus on our music director designate, David Cho. I am so thrilled that I was able to be in this position when David first came and conducted with us. He came back again in October of 2009, and he established an instant rapport with the musicians. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our music director designate, music director in a year, David Cho.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. I would like to thank you all for extending such a warm invitation for me to become your next music director starting in 2012. And as you can probably tell, my wife Gloria and I are thrilled to becoming part of the Lubbock community in the upcoming years. LSO is truly a wonderful organization where the musicians are committed to high-level performances and also dedicated in teaching the students who will be the future of LSO. The board and the staff of the organization work tirelessly to present this wonderful orchestra to the community of Lubbock and the surrounding areas. And it is such an honor for me to continue the tradition that you all have built so far. And I would like to thank all of you, including Master Tomasz Golka, for having such a vision for the organization and having built this world-class orchestra. And it is also my vision to continue that tradition that he has built. And I pray that I'll do a good job. Thank you so much and for your time and for inviting both Gloria and me to this press conference. And I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you in the upcoming seasons. And thank you so much.
Since we got him all the way here, there is just one other small detail that we need to take care of, which is actually, we need to sign him to the bottom line. So David, if you don't mind, and we actually did let him read this beforehand. So we have your contract to officially make this full-time, so you, wait.
I'm so sorry. Can we do it right here so they can see our faces?
Okay. Somebody has to
I'm
make sure
sorry,
we do
you
it
know,
correctly.
music has music on the pages.
Okay. So,
David. David actually quipped. He says, Don't waste the mail. I'll just sign it while I'm there. I like a frugal man. Don't you, Leanne? Never mind.
while Mary's signing, I have to tell you that all the things that Mary has to do for this orchestra, she has to even contend with little details like texting me right before I came to remind me to bring my glasses so that I'd be able to see. She thinks of all the literally little details.
As do our musicians.
Oh, here we go.
Planning committee.
Yeah, of David's coming to Lubbock, Texas, to be part of the symphony. All the members of the planning committee, if you would come forward. We're going to.
And Gloria.
And Gloria, for sure.
We should have some on this side. Come on, Wendy.
Oh, you're so sweet. You were supposed to keep that one.
Special. All right.
We'll have a little left to spike the punch.
All right, well, I guess I'm in charge then. If you all would all welcome our new maestro, David Cho, 2012. It's good. Okay.
Nikki, is there something that we can do for you?
I would love it if we could get you guys in the last portion of the show. We're going to see we're a little light. We had a mix-up on communications. I think they forgot I was doing weather here. Yes, because I just started doing the evenings. In case you didn't know, tune into KLBK every weeknight at 5, 6, and 10. You can watch. I used to do the mornings, and sometimes it gets a little confusing. They forget I'm actually going to have to work when I get to go out on site. So I apologize if y'all heard us. They were so loud.
Well, why don't we, if any of our news media think you impressed, thank you so much for coming. Those of us at the planning committee with the little green dots will be happy to do interviews. And why don't all of you, thank you for coming, let's start the refreshments and then you tell us what you want us to do.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.